We're into the holiday spirit. Let's talk toys, gifts. Parents, we know that there are lists of the coolest new toys every year that come onto the market. But which ones are not only fun, but also promote language development, social skills, and family interaction? Telespeech therapist Avivit Ben Aharon joins us this morning to talk more about a great selection of toys that are so terrific for kids to be with, but they help them as well develop fundamentally and educationally as well. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Do parents know these toys serve different purposes?
I don't think a lot of parents recognize that these toys could be very helpful to promote speech and language skills for their kids.
Why don't we just, you've got so many of them here.
Yes.
I think it'd be really helpful if we just start going through them and kind of talk about what parents need to be looking for in toys.
Of course. So when we start with babies, we really want to start as young as they're born. We want to start singing and talking and interacting with our babies. And a toy like this, that's just a rattle toy or anything that makes noise and has vibrant colors that a baby would be drawn to and start tracking and looking towards, would be great.
So you don't have to get fancy.
You
just
do not
stick
have to
with
do that.
the basics.
Very simple, inexpensive, and fun and interactive, and it promotes language and communication with the baby.
And moving to Mega Blocks?
We have Mega Blocks for a little bit older, but before that we even have a rattle. We have some puzzles that are very easy to manipulate, so even at 10 months old, if you can help them, they can match the pieces and put them together and start interacting with that. We have great books. Books are fabulous to teach language and communication with kids.
And while we're showing this assortment, all of these things, this is not a search online or anything.
This is Target, Walmart, probably in your closet. For a lot of families, they have it from one child to the next, and they just don't recognize what value they are in playing with kids.
I think that's true. Like, what does, say, the puzzle and the stuffed animal, what does it do for a child when they're learning and developing?
Puzzle is wonderful for matching and attention, and a baby can sit there and try to put it in a few times until he gets it.
And they figure it out, and
correct.
That's what I need to know.
That's incredible. That's wonderful. And a
so
toy like this that you push the baby, you push the button and it pops up, really helps to promote language and teaches kids that if I do something, something wonderful happens, and it fosters learning.
And what I like is these are basically traditional toys.
Very traditional. I did not go the very, very techie or fancy route. I picked out the more traditional ones.
All right.
Headbands is a fabulous game. You put it on your head and you would have a band as well. And we would ask each other questions to try to figure out what's on top of my head. So
you don't know, I know, and I'm giving you clues.
Exactly.
So I could say chocolate.
You could say chocolate or something that we eat. Wonderful, yes. There is a matching game here also called Zingo that's very, very fun. Bubbles with babies are great also, just blowing bubbles and having the baby walk around. But even aside from toys, what's really helping kids learn language is by talking with kids and reading with kids. So even when you go out for a walk in the park while the baby's in the stroller, talk with the baby. Point out to what's out there. Here's a tree and the birds are chirping and the noise that everything is making. These all help to promote language skills.
Avivit, it comes down to the gift of time, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
That can be one of the biggest gifts. Well, what I also like is not as old as dirt, but old as PlayDoh. I mean, really, PlayDoh is still a significant toy that has been for how many? 60 decades, 70 years? I mean, it's terrific. Yes. You're also the owner of a speech development company, and I wondered, like, if you think as a parent your child is struggling with language development, what can they do and how do they reach out to you if they think they need extended help? But what should a parent be looking for to determine whether the child's having a problem?
Great question. So oftentimes when they're younger, if they're not looking at you, if they're not starting to coo and babble and make noise, then that's usually a sign that you should speak with your pediatrician. As they get older, oftentimes schools get involved and let you know that there is an issue with your child's learning or academic skills, and that's when we would step in and be able to help.
And you're with Great Therapy.
Great Speech, right, Great Speech, an online speech therapy service company.
Well, we love that. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
All
you.
of these toys and more information on our website, WPTV.com. Love having you here.
Thank
Great
you so
stuff.
much for having us.